Hello, and thank you so much for taking the time to check out our midweek devotional this week. I'm Pastor Steve Sebring of Lansing Avenue Baptist Church of Jackson, Michigan. We're going to continue looking at Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 and 23, the fruit of the Spirit. The fruit of the Spirit is what comes out of our life when we submit to the Spirit and we live by the word which the Spirit teaches us. In this list, we get to see in Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 and 23, love, joy, peace, long suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self control. These characteristics will be worked out in our life as we grow in our relationship with our God. Walking in the Spirit rather than the flesh produces these things in our life. This week, we're going to focus on faithfulness. And we see that this is something the Lord wants from us, something we can learn from Him. To be faithful is to be trustworthy, to be reliable, someone who's going to consistently follow the Lord. The Lord certainly desires that of us. Luke 16, 10 through 12. He who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much. And he who is unjust in what is least is unjust also in much. Therefore, if you have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your trust the true riches? And if you have not been faithful in what is another man's, who will give you what is your own? And so we're to be faithful even in the little things. Because if we're not faithful in the little things, how are we going to be faithful in the big things? And so let us learn from the Lord, and because of our walk with the Lord and our submitting to the Spirit, walking in the Spirit, let us be faithful. Let us trust the Lord through each day. Let us apply His word in each situation. Let us be reliable in doing that. Because we ought to see ourselves as servants of the Lord. And this is something as we walk in the Spirit, as we grow in that relationship with the Lord, to see ourselves as belonging to Him, as growing in this relationship with Him and getting the opportunity to serve Him. Paul in 1 Corinthians 4, verses 1 and 2 says, let a man so consider us as servants of Christ and stewards of the mysteries of God. Moreover, it is required in stewards that one be found faithful. Someone who is entrusted with something is to be faithful with that thing, is to take care of that thing. And we who have been entrusted with salvation, who have been entrusted with an opportunity to serve the Lord in our everyday life, we're to use that for the Lord and be faithful in that, to care for what God has so graciously given us. So that as we live this life each day for Him, being faithful because of our walk in the Spirit, might be able to have the same heart and testimony as Paul near the end of his life in 2 Timothy 4:7. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. That he was faithful in things big and little. Faithful in doctrine, faithful in his practice, faithful in trials. You and I must walk in the Spirit so that we might be faithful each day, so that we might have a faithful life, so that we might get to the end and be able to say, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Are you faithful today? Are you spiritually reliable? Walk in the Spirit so you might grow in faithfulness.